Welcome back. So, I am back. It's been long. So, what have I been doing? I have been working on. I'm just looking at my bottle. Like, I have a metal bottle, and the cap. I keep dropping the bottle. So, cap first. So, it's like bent, like it's flattened. But, yeah, so I have been working on my college. My college has finished. This was my last year of college, so this will be my final year done. In a few weeks, I'll be home, and in a few months, I'll be officially graduated, hopefully. Because there's still a small chance I don't pass in any of the courses, in some of the courses, but doesn't look like it so far. I still have some work left. The majority of the work has been done. Some small like stuff here and there has is left, but other than that, I'm pretty much done. So I'm not celebrating right now, but will be. I I have been noticing that. I mean, I knew this already, but I don't like events. Like I don't like going to events. So right now, basically, the commencement is happening. Basically, it's not the final thing because obviously we haven't passed yet, we haven't graduated yet. But it's for people who won't be available in August, which is when we will be graduating. So they are organizing that like a bit earlier for people who will be doing that later. For like they might be busy for like jobs or whatever, right? So I didn't attend that, and everyone asking like, why didn't you come? And yeah, I don't know, I just don't like going to like events, especially like events where I am not interested in. I guess I like if I go there, I won't be talking to anyone. Even in like parties, like people went to like a party because after the like final presentations ended, which is like our exams, people went to like parties, and some of my friends were like, you should also come. And I'm like, I've gone to like clubbing and partying like before like 2-3 times, and I never enjoyed it. Like why are you trying to get me to there? I mean, they did earlier, and I was like, I know I won't enjoy this, but I'll still come with you. And I did, and didn't enjoy it. But anyways, so enough about that. To be honest, I could have recorded this like a couple of days ago, but I was waiting for topics to come. So I was just like writing like topics to talk about. I also have one more thing, that I have made a video and audio on Valorant. So it's not uploaded to Sound Pillow Talk, but it is on my Soundgasm, and it's on my subreddit, and on my YouTube. So it's basically Valorant explained. Like for the first 15 minutes, I briefly explain what Valorant is, and for the rest of it, it's like talking about the teams. So if you are interested in like, if you like, because I talk about Valorant a lot, right? So I thought it would be good to explain it. As I said, there are 2 sections basically. The first is like 15 minutes or something, which just explains how Valorant is played, and the rest is teams. It's like 1 hour long. So no pressure to listen to it on anything, but I thought it would be good for people who hear me like talk about it and would be interested in like knowing how, like knowing more detail about it. But anyways, so I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First is, so I am I play games, right? Obviously that includes online games, and I have a big problem with handling toxicity in online games. I've been working on it very hard, but every time I'm playing a game, and the enemy team says something mean, or I do something cool, or something, anything happens, right? Anything happens, my brain it just starts like saying things, and I'm like, please stop, I don't want to say these things. And past year or something, like not last year, but like in the past 5 years or something, I had been like, very toxic online. But I am like trying to like not do that more, and I'm trying to like reduce it and be more healthier online. One thing that helps me a lot is like thinking that, oh, what if the other person on the other team is a girl? It's not like, so I do have this problem of like a bit of favorism towards women, but it does help me like to be nicer to random people on the internet. But I need to work on this more. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so second thing I had is I've been thinking about AI a lot, right? And there are two things actually. The first is right now there's a huge problem of like AI generated content, like we can't detect it, right? So basically if there's a AI like for example, if I generate an audio using AI or a video or a photo or a text, there is a battle going on right now that how do we detect something has been made using AI. And I had a solution for this. Probably won't be applied, but a solution for this could be like a history. Basically anything that's generated with AI, there's a copy of that saved on the internet, basically uploaded and saved on the internet, marked as AI. What this means is it would be impossible for anyone to create anything AI without it being detectable, because every time you create something, it will be on the internet, so you can always like reverse search it and find it. Right now the idea is like reverse search it, and if you don't find it, then it's AI generated, but that won't work for too long, right? So right now this is I think this is a good idea. I don't think it will be implemented, obviously, because unless someone from the AI team is listening to this, but and I don't think even if they hear this idea, they will. Sorry, even if they hear this idea, I don't think they will implement this, because obviously people who are creating AI generated content, they might not necessarily want for whatever they are generating to be somewhere in the internet. But I was also thinking of looking at AI as a younger brother who is like trying to copy things from the internet, or younger sister, whatever you prefer. I already have a younger sister, so I'm just calling it younger brother. But seeing AI as a younger brother who is like trying to like this is how children learn, right? Like they copy people, they take references and they try to like copy first and then make something new. But yeah, basically I've been trying to like kind of make AI, like I've been trying to imagining a world where AI is being used for everything that it can be used for, and then what will people be doing. Because I think one of the things that I thought was similar to like AI, like similar to the danger that AI poses is printing. Like at one point people would be writing books, right? Like they would manually like by hand write books, but when printing came along, all of those people lost their jobs, right? Similar to what AI is kind of doing, where AI is also, I'm sorry if I sound weird, I woke up like an hour ago or something, but yeah, so similar to what AI would be doing, right? They would remove all the artists, basically all the creative work, because even in writing a book, you would say that there is some creative work in like the calligraphy or whatever, right? But all of that would be gone if AI takes over in that department. So we'll see. I am interested in seeing how this pans out, the whole AI thing. But yeah, my P2 project. So I made a really cool project. The thing is that I want to share the video with you. Maybe I'll share it with Reddit. So basically, the project is creating like a game controller. Creating a game controller for playing new type of games. It has new inputs. So basically, it has inputs that are not conventional. And we were trying to... So our project was attempting to at first get to a point where we would be able to play those games, those theoretical games that are not that don't exist yet, but we weren't able to finish that much. But we did finish the controller, which I was very happy with, so I will share that with you. So that was a project that we were doing. Pretty proud of it, to be honest. It's a collaborative project between me and my friend. So I can't credit him, but I have asked permission and he's fine with me like sharing it. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. We do intend to like kind of take this forward and see how far we can get this project after the college ends. But so far it was pretty cool. So I'll share the video with you, and you can be the judge if it looks cool. But yeah. So yeah, I'm returning home. That will cause a few problems because I will need to now think of what kind of. Wait 1 second. Okay, I was just making. I was just trying to get like the paper sound in the audio, but yeah. So as I was saying, returning home, I have no idea how much noise there will be. I have no idea how much quietness I will get, how much peace I'll get. I know I'll get my own room, so maybe I can record in like night, which would be pretty cool to be honest, because in college the night just doesn't work for me because everyone is awake at night. But night could be pretty cool as well. I'll be working on my game more and more. I have to let go of the idea that everything needs to be perfect. Like I need to embrace like art that I don't necessarily think is good that I make. Like other people make art, I never find it bad, but when I make something, I'm always like, oh, this could be better, this could be better. So I need to give that up because that's causing me issues finishing my game, because I'm always like getting stuck on that phase, whereas I need to like be more active with that. But yeah, oh yeah, I just realized that a couple of days ago that I talk so much about like finding someone on the internet. Maybe I'll find someone, and maybe because I don't go out that much. Even when I do, I try to get new people, but it's like on the internet people are just so much different than on real life, right? In real life, and especially from where I come, it's even more different. It's even bigger of a gap between personalities. So I have like in my head like kind of thought that my only way of like finding people who are like me, who I will like, is to get either like go out of my city, state, even country, or to meet them on the internet. And for talking so much of it, I had no mention of whether or not I'm single in any of my social media. So yeah, now I have mentioned it. I've also made changes to my subreddit, so it looks a bit different. I've used my wallpaper there for decoration. I've changed some of my profile photos in some of my social media. But yeah, so work hobby balance, I've already talked about this, but basically I want to do audios more because I find it fun. I find it fun to like get my thoughts out there. Sometimes people respond to it. There's no pressure to do that, obviously, but again, it's also huge part in returning kind of the favor of what people did to me when I was not feeling very good. So I will keep doing this, but I also need to focus more on my game. Next year I'm planning to like only work on my games. So we'll need to see how that works. Also looking to collaborate with a few people from my college, my juniors. My juniors, my friend that I worked with. So it'll be interesting to see how it works. Today my mic has been acting a bit weirdly because it's very quiet today. I'm not sure why. But yeah, it should be fine. I'll fix it in the post. But okay, what else? So okay, talking about toxicity. Online toxicity has always been a problem with me because I'll go and I'll see something and I'll read the comments or whatever, and I'll be like, okay, I don't want to deal with this at all, and I'll need to take like a break from social media. And this is a good example of it. So there's this forum called VLR, which is about Valorant competitive, and just as a brief like background, there's a female coach, one of the only like women participants in all of Valorant esports, like the tier 1 Valorant esports. There's only one, as far as I know, who participates in the gameplay as a coach. Like there are no female players as far as I remember. I mean, I know there are no women players in the esports period. But there are also no female coaches as far as I am aware of. So Potter is one of them. So Potter is the only like woman who is involved in like Valorant competitive tier 1, and she has been getting a lot of praise for being able to make players who are not proven to be very good into very good players. Now, this person on Viela posted this saying, Potter is the best coach ever. All male coaches should be kicked out and replaced with female coaches. Now, it's fine for a bit of excitement, like if you write something like this, right? But in the comments, people are saying, why are you discrediting her work as a female coach, right? You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't attribute all of her achievements to her being a female, right? Some people also said that you're calling her a female. So anyways, so this is so far everything is fine, but after this, the person who made the post, they replied with slurs to everyone's comment that said why are you attributing her hard work, like why are you attributing her success to her being a female instead of her being her hard work. Like that hurts, like, because you always want to make an example out of people like Potter, who her name is Christian Chi, I think. You always want to make an example out of them, and but when people do this, it gives more fuel to the people who hate, who are against, for example, like who think that women can't do esports, right, and stuff like that. It hurts to see, because you're undoing the progress that people have worked so hard doing. So, and after this I was like, okay, I'm not reading this anymore. I just closed the tab and watched some Valorant. It was so annoying, but Valorant is going really nicely. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but it has been going nicely. Lots of like fun matches. In a couple of weeks, new tournament will be there, which will be in Shanghai, so that would be fun. Okay, so there's a documentary about Valorant called Sixth Man. It's on the channel VCT Pacific, Valorant Champions Tour Pacific, and it was a really cool documentary. Like the opening, like 3-4 minutes were super cool. But yeah, okay. What else? These my writing is so bad. I can barely. Oh yeah, also talking about Toxicity. NRG lost, which if you don't know, I kind of wanted them to lose, and it made me so happy. Like that's it. There's not much other than that I wanted to say. Just that NRG lost, and I'm happy. Don't worry, the players are like very good, so they'll probably bounce back, and all of them have won world championships, so they're all good players. They're all in a good place, but it was just like I predicted them to be bad 3 weeks ago, like 3 weeks before any matches had happened. So I was really happy with my prediction got correct. But yeah, okay, I found access to my old Gmail ID, and this will be, I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Okay, this will be a bit hard for me to confess, so bear with me. I might have already done this, so I have no idea, but when I was young, I think when I was maybe like 8-10 years ago, 10 years ago, that sounds mad, maybe 8 or 6 years ago, I had a crush on someone in my school. Actually, it might have been 10 years ago. I had a crush on someone on my school, and okay, let's just say that I did not behave like a person. I didn't do anything bad to her. Like, she was, like, at the end, we were both cool with each other. But I kind of did very stocky behavior, which I understand is not good. I am very, like, shameful that I did it in the first place. But I think admitting your mistakes is a way to grow. So, that girl, she looked very pretty. and she looks very pretty, I'm sure. She never like took it like, like she, I don't think she was ever like bothered by it or anything, because one of her friends who was also friends with me, mutual friends, told me that she enjoyed it. But I never like, I don't think that's a good defense for me. That's just like lucky that she didn't find it bothersome or anything. But that was one phase of my life, and I've always said this is partly, I think I blame our media for it, the Bollywood media, because they showcase this a lot. But as I said, I've slowly learned, thankfully, the easy way, that was not good, that was not acceptable behavior. But the reason I'm bringing this up is I found a Gmail ID. So as I've said this before, I have had a lot of Gmail IDs. I don't think I've said this, but whatever. So I've had a lot of Gmail IDs throughout my life, and recently I got access to one of the old Gmail IDs that I ever had, like one of the first ones, and I accidentally to delete it. And when I went to like delete the Gmail ID, I found that in that I had just an album of her photos. I know this sounds creepy, but basically it was from a what do you call it? A ceremony of sorts, like a farewell. One half was from a farewell function in our school, and the other was from a different party. So one of my friends, I think, sent me those photos, and I kept them. I never did anything with the photos, but I just had them. And as I said, I recently got access to that Gmail ID, so I went and deleted the whole album, saved the other photos that I had, which were like, family photos or whatever, and then deleted the Gmail ID. So I feel a bit better, because I always kind of like, not always, but like sometimes I would think like, oh, those photos are still somewhere in the internet, and I wish I could like go back and not do that, like not upload them to the internet. But I'm happy that I deleted them now. So yeah, that's one chapter closed for good. But yeah, there's this channel, by the way, called Sex Positive Gaming. It's run by a woman, as far as I can tell, Annie, and it talks about adult games, NSFW games, and the industry in general, and also like games like people do like those top 10 games of the year kind of videos. So she does that. So do check her out, because I think it's one of the best like channel for this kind of stuff, because it's very rare to find like NSFW games being marketed properly, being talked about properly, because most of the time they're either surrounded by like stigma, and like people are not talking about them properly, or they are like surrounded by scams and stuff, and like people trying to scam you and fake games. So this is a good place if you want to like look into NSF. As I've said before, I want to talk about NSFW games a lot in my channel. In my audios, but if you're watching on YouTube, on my channel, but I have never had the opportunity to properly, and also because I haven't really talked about anything NSFW in general. But I just wanted to give her a shout out. I'm like too small of a creator to give her a shout out. Had to pause for a second because there was someone rolling, I think, their suitcase or something. People are leaving, people are coming, so a lot of like traveling is happening. You also heard that, I'm pretty sure, but okay. So yeah, wanted to give her a shout out. Sex Positive Gaming on YouTube, such a wonderful channel, talking about like the intricacies of these type of games, what you have to do, different platform, their rules, and generally like talking about the games also, right? I think her motto, or like what do you call it, her punchline, not punchline, what's that called, like it's in like when a movie has that extra line in the bottom, her I'll wait, I'll go and find it out first. Tagline, it's called a tagline. So her tagline is no shaming or something. Wait, let me look it up. Um, one second. I spelled gaming incorrectly. That's funny. Okay. 1 second. The internet is not working, it looks like. But it's a very nice tagline. It's like no shaming, only gaming, or something like that. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay. Oh yeah. What an irony. What a world we're living in right now. I have been using Twitter a little bit, not too much, but I've been using Twitter a little bit, and I'm seeing all those bot channels where people are like nudes in my profile, and they're like just sharing. Usually it's like a girl profile, and they are like sharing their nudes or whatever in the comments, and they are like, in their channel they'll have like an OnlyFans link or something. I was thinking, what a world we're living in when it's not the men doing this. Like, there used to be a time when men were the guys. Men were the people who were sending unsolicited nudes to everyone, and being like, but everything has changed now. When did this happen? I'm just kind of shocked, because even on Instagram, like, I'm constantly getting these I just turned 18, OnlyFans in my profile or whatever, and I'm like, when did this happen? We used to be looking for these type of accounts and people, and now we have found them. So I thought that was really funny, the irony of internet. But yeah, I was also thinking about dating like, first of all, if any comedians are listening to this, I don't think anyone will be, but if anyone is listening to this, if you see someone in your audience and if you think they're really cute or whatever, do you like approach them, or do you just say, okay, this is professional life, I can't do this? Like, because I was thinking, like, as I said before, like, one of the reasons I'm doing this channel thing is to meet people for dating, but I don't really know how to approach, and me doing this is much more simpler, right? Because I have the protection of anonymity, thankfully. But for a comedian to do this, it would be much more difficult, right? So I was just thinking, like, how someone do that. But yeah, also I was thinking, one of the ways to kind of, people say like, oh, if you want to meet someone, you need to go to a library, or you need to go to cafes or bars or whatever suits you, like, go there regularly. I was thinking a good way of this, of like meeting people, would be to work outside, like to work in public places. So you work on a cafe or something, because if I am in a cafe and I see someone working on a video game, I'd be very interested, and I would go to them and I would be like, oh, you make video games? I also make video games. So I was thinking, would this work? Because I've never heard this tip from anyone. I've never heard. Maybe because people don't usually have hobbies like that, but that would make sense, because then people would go to like a video game club or something, which in India at least is not that popular. Video gaming in general is not that popular. But coming back to this, I think it would be a really nice like way to meet new people with similar interests. But yeah, it's 29 minutes. I'll talk for 1 more minute. I'll end it at 30 minutes. So this will be a shorter one, but yeah, I had fun talking to you. This might also be released a bit later, but I had fun talking to you. I am not sure how many previous audios I actually haven't released, so that's a problem for me that I need to figure out. Because as I said, I had been trying this where I record an audio and edit it and upload it at a later time, so that it spreads out the work that I usually had to do into like a really like healthy way. But yeah, I hope you're doing good. I'll be back soon. I think my next audio will be either very soon or once I reach home, which I'm reaching on like 10th or something. So yeah, it might be a while until I get back. So take care, and I'll see you later. almost there. I'll see you later. Bye bye.